Mana.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today's My Hero Academia, Season 7, Episodes 20 and 21. Finishing out the season here. Last episode, we had All Might coming face-to-face with All for One, and also one of the best episodes of the series regarding the Todoroki family. It was great.
I can't wait to see what these next two episodes have for store. I mean, I was a little bit sad at first when I was like, it's not 25 episodes this season, or even 23,
Reasonable.
24, somewhere in there. But that just, I think what that makes me feel like now is more of an excitement. Like these next two episodes, the finale episodes.
Where do you finish off a season like
Where
this?
are we finishing it off?
Yep.
What happened last episode with Todoroki family? I mean, that's giant in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just excited, honestly, at the moment.
Ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. The whole family.
It's fun to hear the word inverted when his color scheme almost looks like you have inverted the color.
Wanting to argue is a will to live.
I think that line totally encapsulates what it's like to have a family, siblings, parents, like family love, wanting to argue, wanting to pick fights, but at the end of the day, you know that that's your family.
Yeah.
And you love them. It feels so good to see the whole family, the whole Todoroki family in the opening now that we know they all show up.
Yeah.
Oh.
What else in the intro haven't we seen? All of these moments, maybe more Uraraka. Oh. I love the sound.
Toga's turn.
Damn. Wow, look at her eyes. A girl's ego. Jesus Christ.
Everyone's getting overwhelmed right now.
Yeah. Like, how do you fight against it? You have to go against Toga directly. You can't just... It's not a war of attrition. Oh my god, Hawks. Quirkless defending Tokoyami.
They're both at these, like, peaks right now. Got her!
Uraraka.
You're too late.
Really understanding where she's at and how she's feeling.
She wants to be the people she loves.
Oh. Look at her.
Pure.
So you slapped her. Let's correct this behavior.
Make you normal.
Yep, that's how you handle it. You suppress it and act like it's not there. Like, You need to have better care and protocols. Wow.
Thinking like that idea of like, what do you mean I'm not normal?
Yeah. She assumes everybody has these urges. Jesus. The reporter. Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What the fuck? Ingesting the blood that's been flying around.
It's like a tsunami. It literally feels like water, like you're getting hit with a wave. That's harder than just trying to kill someone.
Or capture them. Much harder. Oh shit! Looked like her abdomen, yeah. Oh!
Vampire's cute. It ended up becoming a comic book.
And be accepted as yourself for the first time.
What type of punishment would you give to her if you were able to capture her alive?
It's just
ego,
your ego.
A girl's ego.
Sad man's legion.
Imagine being Ida, like, imagine being any of them right now watching this, like. Doomsday. Which girl?
Martial arts. It's not how Toga used it.
Oh my god. Because I didn't understand. Holding this sparrow. I don't want to pretend I never saw it.
What? Holy shit! It's like Decay, but just, oh my god! I'll give you as much blood as you want.
Like she's offering. One girl. They're just getting sucked up into it.
Yeah, the evolution of it.
Yeah. She just wants to get there.
Oh.
More than my parents.
Oh.
And you were jealous of her smile.
Oh my god. Time's up.
Wow.
It pains me that we can't talk about it until the end of the next episode. Oh my god.
How freaking cute they are as kids.
Like, I can't put into words how out of left field it is for me to feel like Uraraka and Toga's arc and story within My Hero Academia is one of the best in the entire series, and it just fucking hit me like a freight train.
Offering blood.
Ugh.
The smile. Oh my, cute.
The cutest in the world. Like, what do you feel there if you're Toga? Like,
I don't know that. I'm scared. I'm still in some fear places.
I don't think so. Like, it's just like, it's the first time in the world somebody's just given you the simplest thing that you've been pleading for. This is the last episode of the season. Where do we go now?
I'm scared because I don't want it to be over.
Maybe
yeah, but like, what
Shigaraki Deku or
I
All
know,
Might.
but wow, he was protecting his family.
Oh my god.
One girl.
Holy
they even
shit.
reached Ida.
Wow.
今になって個性を伴って変身の負担が伝わるゼログラビティの巻き添えになったヒーローたちも軟着地させてる。人を介した分解除も緩やかに進行するのね。お茶子ちゃん、結局どこまで行っても落としたりはしないの。
No matter what.
血が出すぎた。頭と体がつながってないみたいに。
Wow. She looks like all life is taken out of her. Look at how cold she looks.
まだ
Look how
血が
pale.
出てる。私が刺した後もあれだけ動いてたから、壊れた先にあるのはきっと私が生きやすい世界。
Drop the knife.
でも生存競争って私言ったけど、お茶子ちゃんがいなくなるのだけはやっぱ
Like
り
it's like a
Her-
transfusion?
yeah, because it's her own blood. Because
This, we didn't know how much stock she had, but
what?
私の血全部あげる。
she's giving her.
でもダメだわ。そんなことしたら。前に死にかけた時、ジンくんがこうやって助けてくれた。
Yeah.
ジンくんの血はもうないから、私がお茶子ちゃんになる。
To become the way to truly become someone.
血もその人そのものになる。
So she's giving her her own blood as a that's
捕まえたら
fucking crazy.
私が死ぬまで血を届けに会いに来るつもりだった。
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
She's stitching her up. Oh my god.
ただヴィランを捕まえるだけでよかったのに。
But you took the fucking
少々
time.
排除するだけでよかったのに。
People like her need to survive.
正しいことをするだけでよかった
Act like a hero. And that's all you had to do.
なのに余計なこと変だね。
You're weird.
だから捕まってあげられない。お茶子ちゃんの捕まえると一緒。もう
So how do we settle things if
さしてごめんね。
Let's be weird together.
となってごめんね。本当よ。なかったことにしてくれたの。嬉しかった。でもなくなっても心には残るの。
Wow.
お茶子ちゃんはなかったことにし。
Oh my god.
それは痛くて辛いけど触れられた時心がふわって軽くなったから。お茶子ちゃん、その人そのものになりたくて羨ましくて愛しくて。
it's like it's running out?
もしももっと早くに知れたなら血を飲み干したくなるのと同じく
Oh my god.
血をあげたくなるようなそんな好きに出会えていたら。私は戸賀卑弥子。好きに生きて好きに生きた世界一笑顔が可愛い普通の女の子。
Why are the villains so amazing narratively? God fucking damn it.
Oh, awesome.
Ugh.
このままいけばあなたはヴィランと対峙しやらわせようもないほど凄惨な死
Oh
を迎える。
no.
Please don't be like setting that up to happen right now.
The villain.
この青年がオール・フォー・ワンだなんて思わないよな。君の余地がまだ生きてるとしたら間違いなくここ
Oh
だ。
god, you can see his wound.
私が来た。
I am here.
Whoa!
Wait,
what
no.
the fuck?
This is a different anime now. This is a totally different show. What the fuck?
What in the fuck? What the fuck?
Armored All Might. The action
Battle without a
figures.
quirk.
The action figures you could sell
エ
here.
ルクレス、映像。
Start
Start
recording.
recording.
戦況はしっかり伝えるよ。塚内君、
Oh,
How much can that really help against All for One? Let's fucking see.
stream, yes.
あこら何でもネットに流すな待てどこ行くんだ
みんなのサポートだ
Oh my god.
ボートってその体で
Not just with that body.
無個性の人間があれの相手になるはずがない
Oh my god. Remember what he told Deku the first episode? You can't be a hero without a quirk? Now look at him. Holy
これから
shit.
映るのは弟子の戦いを邪魔させないためにオール・フォー・ワンから数分
Few seconds,
数
a
秒
few
奪う
minutes.
ためだけに
Mm-hmm.
蹂躙される元英雄の姿だ
God, look at that fucking rage.
僕の人生において最も
Yeah. He fucked you over, bro. He fucked you up.
足止め船舶な狙い
All Might toy. Good word segue from Toga.
何を
Red Riot!
What? Is he gonna be doing things inspired by each one of his students like that?
次はありません
Have you decided where you're gonna die?
その戦い方は
Oh my god. Whoa, holy shit.
Charge ball! Oh my god!
電流で
Oh.
妨害を
With the electrical current.
京都の最後の戦いからずっとまず雑に遠距離攻撃だよな荒らせてから個性を奪うってなその戦い方は個
Who's
性
got a quirk?
戦い方だろうがが考え設計を頼んだかつてお前にアメリカへ逃亡を余儀なくされその地で出会った友人との縁だ私が与えられてきた
Ever been given at you. Oh my god.
長い付き合いだ
Look at his face of worry. Friend. It's like,
私は過去一度たりとも負ける気で戦ったことはないセロファン
Sero.
シュガーマン
Oh my god.
シュートスタイルスマッシュ
This feels
legs.
like a different trend. This feels like a fanfic.
he's
This is
freaking using the boot.
言いたいキャラ
50s.
貴様はワンフォー
This is insane.
激しい怒りを宿した魔王が聞いて呆れるぜ無個性でも荒れる程度とは目が離せないくらい夢中にさせてやるよ押し出しプラス病突プラスダークストラプラス工事
That's a lot of things. The visual similarities to Toga Uraka.
Holy shit. What can a quirkless body take inside that suit?
夏に組んだ攻撃だな降り続けろ年取りユーティリティマントオートガードつけ読み
マントソン左上腕骨鎖骨
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
マックサ
何を勘違いしている出がらしのゴミクズが
Holy
ゴミ袋を買う
shit.
たら気が大きくなったか
Look at how fucking nettled he
失
is.
うだけだ
その棒切れ一本で勝つつもりだったの
Wow.
気が合うね親友
Friend. God, that must be so fucking infuriating to hear.
君の時間稼ぎに釣られたんじゃゴミ拾い
Kinda
できる
stalled.
こと
So much leeway that I can pick up some trash.
取りつからってんじゃないよみっともない
Oh shit!
What the fuck?
ピンチ
What the?
Holy shit!
そばから腐食し続けちゃうな弟子にしてください手伝わせてください
なんか言え母性もないんだろ
お願いします
棒切れで半径3メートルを守りな
家族は昔殺されました奪った者が得をする世の中が奪われた人の悲しみが憎悪に変換されるみんなが笑って暮らせる世の中にしたいですそのためには象徴が必要です
何の
平和のどれだけ建物を生やして復興したように見えたとしても みんな半径3メートルで手一杯です。だから私がやるんです。無個性の私には役割がないから。
Since I'm quirkless, I'll do it.
ただ軌道がずれてる。
個性がなくてもヒーローはできますか。
私もかつて同じ若さを持っていた。オールマイトという人間がそのようにしか生きられるのだ。
Oh my god, thinking of Stain, you're... Look at how fucking nettled he is, bro.
自覚はしているのだろうか。
He's not even thinking about his longevity now.
とするとダメージによって加速度的に巻き戻しが進
Fuck yeah.
Look at the way he's standing.
His arms.
人の役に立てて嬉しい。頑張れ、頑張ろう。
Oh!
マスター、ウラビティ、人間に生む出力全開。A組よ、私に力を貸してくれ。一人よ。
Wow, to go through all of them until we get to the one that could literally see Deku. That's so cool.
戦っている。
Oh my god.
勝とうぜ、緑谷少年。
To link them.
Oh.
Wait,
I'm satisfied. I'm happy. Let's
Is there
wait
an
it out
after
just in
credit?
case. I don't
Okay.
know. Probably not. Maybe not. I'm over the moon. I'm so happy.
I feel like gravity has lifted me up in the air and it's taking a while for me to fall back gracefully to the
Gently.
ground.
You know, a lot of people would confuse a prediction and predicting what might happen in a story as something that's inherently negative, but I so far disagree with that line of thinking. That being said, there's a lot in this story that I'm like, okay, that might happen, you know, like, because of the pieces that they have, like, set up so well. All Might doing what he did this episode came out of fucking nowhere for me. It means so much. Okay. Final season. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Okay, that was My Hero Academia Season 7, Episodes 20 and 21. I don't know how to go about talking about it. Like, default would be chronologically, but because it was just the last thing that we saw, seeing the card of All Might on the ground there, what do you take from that? Is
Was
this
it a card or
Bakugo's
a
card?
Can we look at it again?
Yeah.
That is the card, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like,
Interesting.
are
Why
we-
pick that?
Yeah. Are we doing this to, like, show and connect, like, just All Might still fighting and this is the state that he's in? Or is it to go more of a Bakugo route of he's not dead and he might fight more? And he's at least survived and, you know, Ed Shot has been successful.
I would say that this could just be signaling to me that whatever's to come is much more fixated or focused on Deku, Bakugo, their friendship storyline, those two characters.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Bakugo included in that. Like,
Yeah.
why else show the card with the blood when we know what's happening? We know what Ed Shot's doing.
Yeah.
So I feel like, why would you pick this as your last image? And what we saw in the last two episodes was kind of like duos, like one person fighting one person, like one-on-one fights that were very specific to certain plot lines. And the Todoroki family episode, I guess, can count to some extent, but it turned into a family affair.
Yeah.
And that's how things ended up, you know, getting wrapped up. But with Toga Uraraka and then here All Might's like last stand, against One for All.
Man.
All for One.
All for
Why
one.
do I always I'm like, sometimes my brain doesn't click. It's like my left and my rights.
You know what it reminds me of? When I, well before we started the channel, when I was watching My Hero Academia reactions to Blind Wave, I think I'd seen the first 2 seasons, and then I started watching their reaction, and they kept saying All for One instead of One for All, but All for One hadn't been introduced to the story yet. So yeah, so like people
so then
were
their
like,
minds went
yeah. Like, so it's easy to get them mixed up, but
it's definitely my lefts and my rights. I
Yeah.
talk all the time to Ben separately, not in this room, that I need to get tattoos.
yeah.
But anyway,
Holy shit. Okay, so we'll get to the final decision of Toga, but the episode 20 this season has a handful of my favorite episodes of this entire series, and episode 20 was absolutely one of them.
episode 20 was great. Episode 21 felt like it was 5 minutes.
Yeah, agreed. I think that, like, it's no surprise, and it's so easy to be like, Todoroki storyline, best in the show, one of my top, like, easily.
Easy.
Oh my god. What they've done with Uraraka's character has made me extremely happy. I love Uraraka to death. I love her and the journey that she's been on, from wanting to be a hero so that she can make money, so that she can take care of her parents, so that she can see them happy, to fighting her best in the sports festival against Bakugo, showing what she can do and come up with by herself, showing us where her mind is at and what she's capable of doing, having the growth of realization that there's more than just the immediacy of your family, switching that goal to who's going to make the heroes smile when they're down, and then taking it this further step. We got the flashback of her and Deku's conversation when Deku's exactly, and bringing out Shigaraki and like the conflicted feelings that he's having there. That all of this is independently cultivated Uraraka into such a massively strong character that we've seen grow from start to finish.
The moment that they had that conversation, Uraraka and Deku, outside of what was it called? The place that they were staying.
Yeah, the temporary.
It's like, it was like a Titan or not Atlantis, but I'm like, it was some Troy, I think it was called.
Yeah.
And they were about to stay in there. And that conversation, I think that set into motion for me, really feeling like we're gonna get more of a main character energy in terms of like her becoming more important, or at least her plot or her storyline becoming more important, or at least getting more time to shine. Like, she was getting bits and pieces in time with Toga beforehand, but I never felt like it was amounting to anything other than just this like fun thing that was happening on the side, in terms of like, oh, you love him too, oh, let's have girl talk, you know?
It's such a wild, like, I don't know if I've ever seen it done like this. You don't have Uraraka love Deku to end up with Deku, or have us see them fall in love and kiss like at the last second.
I'm cool with them kissing, though.
No, but I'm saying, like, it might have started that way, but it's pivoted to you have Uraraka loving Deku so that she can have her own character development and it be paralleled with Toga. Like, God.
You have a character that's like so in love with someone that's like, that's how I've become who I am, whatever, because I love this person, that you then hear them say a line that's like, I want them to see me how I am now, like this person, like, so they'll look at me in the same way that I look at them. But that's not what she says fucking at all.
No.
She's like, he made me realize things about myself, you've made me realize things and think about things deeper and find out who I am and who I want to be, and I love you guys for it. And I'm like, yes.
It's so great, because like, you'd be fearful that her, whatever she's been given to put her on the path that she is, it would be, you'd be fearful that she would end up doing something that, oh, well, of course she'd do it, and it just is, like, that's what heroes would do, and it's just backed by Deku's motivation. It takes a lot of individualism to go against the grain in the way that she has in reaching out to Toga.
And Sue literally yells that. She's like, that girl over there is doing, like, not the right thing right now.
She's not doing the
hero thing.
Yeah.
She's not capturing you, fighting you to kill you and capture you. Like, she's not doing that. She wants to freaking talk, and
whoever is in charge of, maybe it's it probably is just the perfect translation, but this is for episode 20, A Girl's Ego. You could not have come up with a better title for an episode. You couldn't have. Ego is such a great word to play with and a feeling to play with within their dichotomy and relationship, because, like, okay, you're going to accuse Uraraka of having that ego. If you weren't just saying that, right? You aren't just being fickle, then that's what it is. It's because of your ego. And Uraraka takes that head on, but what wasn't said, and that has built up the word ego for Toga, was the ego that her fucking parents must have had. Like, to spew their character on that, oh, this is so fucking wrong. I know what's right and wrong. This is it. Fuck you, Toga.
no one ever tried to approach Toga's quirk in the way that Uraraka does in this episode. Like, I've watched, okay, so we're vampires. Let's talk about vampires, because that was a fun little choice for a villain name for Toga, which it was like Vampiress or something. I have watched vampire animes where one of the things that one of the human characters does, because they love the vampire and the vampire loves them and they're trying to help them, is when they're injured or other times they let them have some of their blood. People romanticize that. They think that it's sweet and a cool idea. But in this hero society with all these crazy quirks and comic book, like, we're even talking about how life almost became more like a comic book. It's like breaking the fourth wall there. Life's become more like a comic book. We couldn't get behind the idea of vampires. Come on, world.
I had put very little thought into the idea that Toga didn't choose to have a villain name, and what a great fucking decision that was narratively. Like, that is such a perfect payoff for the situation that she's in. I like getting into in the beginning of episode 21, the idea of being able to do a transfusion because of the nature of Toga's quirk and us being able to see it before or twice, like, that in of itself is great. But taking it a step further, of Toga considering and realizing that there was a potential reality that she could have wanted to give blood as much as she wanted to take it, is like, oh my fucking god. And unlike with Dabi or Toya, I have much worse of a feeling of, like, I think Toga's gonna die.
Dead.
Yeah, I think she's
Toga
dead.
Toga literally sacrificed her life here, like, 100%. And it is good. In killing Toga in this way is the best way to kill Toga, because you're giving her what she wants while also saving a hero.
Yeah.
She wants to become a part of someone that she loves, and she's literally doing that. Her blood is, even though it's currently Uraraka's blood because she has transformed into Uraraka, her blood is filling the body and saving.
Starting with Uraraka being like, I'll give you as much blood as you want. It tells me immediately after she said that, I have the vision in my head of, after this is all over, Uraraka, for the rest of her life, will visit her wherever she's being held and give her her own blood. And I'm like, that's so fucking beautiful and amazing. But that was also the nail in Toga's coffin when she said that out loud. When she was like, is that what you had planned to do? I bet that's what you had planned to do. I was like, fuck, Toga's dead.
This idea of quirks that seem like they could only be helpful, or that someone wants to use for help. Like, Uraraka says that she would never drop anyone. And we have that idea of this quirk that, you know, you think about it in terms of, like, how do we fight with this? How is this an attack-heavy quirk? It's not really when we look at it, you know, at first. But then we could think about creative ways to make it an attack, like dropping people, which obviously Uraraka doesn't want to do. But that also brings me to the flip side, which is that a quirk that could seem like an attack, but could be used to help. Blood transfusions. The fact that in some multiverse, Toga is working in a hospital, transforming into patients and giving them blood transfusions.
Because she
of their
gets as much
actual
pleasure
blood.
out of it than as taking blood.
Yeah. I'd be fine with it. I'm like, if she was enjoying herself and saving my life at the same time, I would be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, God, don't they do such an interesting job or good job at, like, playing with how easy, how easy it is to go down a different route depending on circumstance and then mindset. Like, Shinso, the first thing we get from him in season 2, like, the ideology, it's like, we get a flashback and him in a classroom being like, oh, that's like such a good villain quirk. And he's like, yeah, but I don't want to be that. Like, he had...
Or a side character quirk.
Yeah.
We get that a few times in this season, too. That idea of, like... Yeah, it's really, honestly, most of these characters, they're all born into the same world. It's just...
The circumstance.
What we're seeing is the people that are meeting them. Like, we have a line, I believe, in this season from Shigaraki, and I'm not going to quote the line because I don't remember the line verbatim. I just remember the sentiment, which was that it just so happened to be this person that came upon him when he needed a hand being reached out. But what if it had been someone else?
Yeah.
What if it had been All Might? You know?
Yeah.
That it's because that's the person that happened upon him that he has become who he is.
That's the narrative that we're telling. We're trying to cultivate and need to change the world so that more people, if not majority of people, are willing to go out of their way to offer up a hand. That's what needs to happen. Great line from Toga. You didn't pretend it didn't happen in terms of her own trauma. And then saying that even though Dabi burnt down her house,
which is such a Dabi approach to trauma.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just gonna burn it down.
But like she said, you didn't pretend it happened. Dabi burnt down that house and it felt good, but the house didn't leave my heart. And like, chef's kiss, also Shigaraki talking about his house, like, everything. So
right after she said that, then she brought up, you made my heart lift. It felt lighter. That as soon as Uraka touched her, it made her heart lift. Like, in the same episodes that we talk about, like, what is in Toga's heart. We're not just talking about, like, we're not talking about a physical heart or a physical body being floated and lifted here. We're truly talking about, like, we know what's in Toga's heart. She's literally telling us, like, that house, that trauma, that hatred, that wishing and desiring for someone to love me as much as I love them, it's all in there, and you have made it go away.
Yeah.
Or made it feel like it's okay to
just
exist.
make the burden less just an ounce lighter, because God forbid somebody fucking stands next to you again. Like, you have finally been given solace because you found a place that you can be yourself, albeit by villains. And as you're going on, one by one, they're getting taken from you and taken away. Like, you're done. You're not even trying to grasp onto anything anymore. And rightfully, I love that, to go back to the word ego, and it takes the antonym of the word ego to be able to say, you know what, yeah, I do have an ego. Like, you have to, like, to admit your own faults, like Uraraka does, and your own shortcomings, and be like, yeah, you know what, I fucked up. Like, I wasn't paying attention, and you were trying to reach out.
And I think that we also have this idea that even after a battle is won here on the hero's side, that doesn't mean that society is wiped clean, everything is perfect, everyone's gonna be treated the way that they need to. The heteromorphs are still gonna finally feel like they belong and are treated well, and people like Toga. And I think that I'm bringing this up because Toga brings it up. The unfortunate awareness she has that the world, she can only live in the life that would be created by the League of Villains.
Yeah.
The way that she wants. She can only be who she is if the League of Villains wins. Therefore, unfortunately, but fortunately for this character arc ending and death of a character, and for Uraraka's life, this is the end for
Uraraka
her.
will be the authority in this entire world on how to change and handle people. Like,
how many people you could just talk to and things would change? That's literally what we're being shown, is like, we've already talked about it in the discussion, like, who's the first hand that reaches out. Sue has a line of like, harder than trying to kill someone is to talk to them. Uraraka just is gonna go out there and just, she's told us before that she wants to be the hero that helps other heroes, or is there for other heroes and supports other heroes. But I feel like she is made for so much more. Like, she's made for being an example of like, look at all these villains that were created by us. Like, these aren't just people that were born with murderous intent.
Yeah, like, the argument had never been made in this world to us that there was any, like, what's better at stopping villains? The strongest hero in the universe, or a systematic change fundamentally at the medium level to try to support people so they don't become villains, you know?
Which is, like, that will take a while.
Dude,
but I hope for them that they succeed in that after this.
The stock for support courses will surge after All Might's fight. Like, the concept of Deku being told he couldn't be a hero in episode 1 being flipped on its head to such a severe degree that the entire world is watching a quirkless man, just with the help of support, right? Not the course themselves, obviously, as we saw, but just support items, being able to do this much to this person.
He literally, like, when he injected him with the acid, he's literally now seen that when he lays a really good attack, it's rewind is happening even faster. And it's like, the fact that a quirkless person who basically we thought was a dead man walking for seasons and seasons and seasons now, you know, like, do not transform back into All Might.
I fucking love Stain. It's so cool.
The idea that he's in a battle with someone who has so many quirks, and as a quirkless person, all of his support items are based off inspiring and or incorporating all of his students' quirks. So it's basically like two people fighting with a bunch of different weapons.
And like, they make it a point to not just be like, oh yeah, it's because he has support items. There's so much in it that's his mentality, and like thinking about how to fucking outsmart and like and get into All For One's head, because that's what really slows him down, not his presence, but how much like he's diverting the focus.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just having fun, flashy new weapons.
Yeah.
It's also showing something that's a really good segue to Deku's character, which is observing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, we have All Might not only saying, like, I noticed when you fought my my mentor, that you do this certain attack first.
Yeah.
And so that's one observation. But to utilize an entire class of kids worth of quirks and fight in the way that they would means you've been watching them.
Yeah. Like, it brings me back to season 3 when he's fighting All For One, and Gran Torino's like, you have to use your head, like, use your wits, outsmart him. And that, like, it's amazing. I don't think this will happen, nor do I need it to happen, but the intrusive thought popped into my head, so I need to say it out loud. If All Might dies or is on the brink of death and is slowed down, All For One, quite a fucking bit, but he's still on his way to Shigaraki and Deku, and he's gonna make it there with 10 seconds to spare, a minute to spare, enough time to fuck over Deku, and we see Stain over top of All Might's fucking armored All Might corpse, or soon to be corpse, that has a little bit of All For One's blood on it, just to lick that blood, acknowledge All Might as his former self, as the actual All Might, and have that licking of blood be the last, like, bit of slowing down, I would not be a sad person.
We literally saw Stain watch Shota and Ida blast off.
Did we?
I thought when they were blasting
Oh, I
off to
think you're
get there,
right, yeah.
I thought we saw Stain watch it happen. And I'm like, where in proximity is that to where All Might currently is?
Mhm.
I don't know. I know that Ida was very close to Sad Man's death parade, and because we saw one of the clones getting really super close with a knife to both like Hawks and Ida, to all these different people.
I definitely remember and know that we saw Stain, but
It
I
was
didn't know if
like
it was
he
a
was
flashback
watching.
or not.
Interesting. In my memory, thinking back to it, I feel like he was like watching from the shadows up in a building.
Could
But who
be.
he was watching, now I'm like, mandala effect. Like I'm filling in with different ideas of what it is.
Yeah. Either way, though, needed to bring up the potential for that happening.
Mm-hmm. Something else that I wanted to talk about was that the ending was definitely inspired by episode 20.
Yeah.
Like
For
now
sure.
that I've seen episode 20 and I watched the ending again, I'm like, and how gently at the very end Deku falls to the
Yeah.
ground. They're all in the air like
Mhm.
that. Almost just like safe and protected and being held so lovingly, so warm. Amazing. Compliments to the segue between
I was
different...
just about to compliment your observation of that. Like the segue of going through all the students to end it on Denki
That
because he
was
was the one watching Midoriya.
Yeah, we have
Brilliant.
we start with Toga as she's hugging Uraraka. She has the All Might
Mm-hmm.
in her hand. And then once we get to All Might, not only is it, okay, we see that, and then we get to All Might, cool. But then we have extra words like toy and
Yeah.
All Might being said very soon after the transition. And then we have the visuals and the fighting, which are like these two attacks kind of commingling. And one of them is almost like orb-like. Like if you were ghost hunting, you'd be like, those are spirits right there.
Yeah.
And then that we go through each person within the class, and we end on the one person that basically has a front seat view to Deku. And
Yeah.
that's awesome.
When do you think the author knew what his ending was gonna be? Or knew
When do I
okay, I'll
think he
start
knew
building
it?
this up so that I
Interesting.
can do this. Like in my mind it's season 2, and then you can bring back some of the stuff that already happened in season 1 like in the future, because it puts itself together. But so interesting to think about. I'm happy that next season's the final season. There's nothing more than I like about a story having an ending.
I would say that this ending was pretty jarring for me, just in terms of like not expecting to end a season off on this almost cliffhanger note.
How
It
many
is-
episodes do you go?
If for
A final
the
season?
final season?
20? Like, is it...
I
what do
feel
you have to wrap up?
Well, I mean, yeah, how long are you gonna span Deku fighting Shigaraki?
Deku,
Oh.
Shigaraki, All Might, All for one, and then after the aftermath.
after.
Yeah.
Which I would love to see whatever the after is, whether it's in the future, they're all grown up, this is what they're doing now, or if it's like a couple months later, we're still cleaning up the city.
Yeah.
Either one, I will be happy with, but
I'm interested to
Well,
know
how
how
long
many
do I have to
episodes
wait?
that will be. Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
interested in how many episodes, because like how long could you draw out in terms of like 23 minutes, for 21 to 25 episodes? How long could you draw out what in my mind is like maybe a singular to 2 different battles?
I don't know. Interesting.
No clue. I don't know how long I'm gonna have to wait. I know that I will want to beforehand just like rewatch season 7, so I can like whisk my way right
I think
into the
it'd be
next
much
one
better to rewatch everything. Like,
from season 1.
yeah, like it would be beautiful.
I mean, if
like,
it's the final season, you want to come at it with everything in your back pocket so you
Yeah.
can truly enjoy it. I agree.
I potentially also would want like super cuts of like not to watch the actual story chronologically, but to have like every bit of Todoroki footage in one sitting, every bit of Uraraka footage, Toga footage in one sitting.
That
every bit, like
I want that so bad now after that episode between them, a girl's ego.
So good. All right, that's all I have you.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.